In this lesson, let's explore another one of the tools we have under the clone, and it's called the pattern stamp tool. Now, I'll admit it's probably not used as much as the clone stamp tool, but it does serve a purpose. Now, I've got 3 images open. They are in your working folder. One begins with 555. That's a photospin image. I've got playground, and I've got grass right here. Okay? Let's go back to this one first. Now, what I want to do is, change the pattern in this image in terms of getting rid of this up here. Make it all bricks. That's my goal. Now, if I come over and pick up the tool and choose a new layer, that's really an important thing too. Always have a good, nice new layer to work in. If you get into the pattern stamp tool, one of your options is choose a pattern. Okay, so you got all kinds of patterns. So you click that one right there and come over here and begin working. Let me get a bigger brush. That actually might help. I'm using the right bracket key. Well, that's not what I want. I mean, that's interesting, I suppose, but that's not what I want. So I'm going to do a Control-A, and that's Command-A on a Mac, Control-A in Windows, and press Delete. And there you go, total non-destructive editing. What do we need? I need some bricks. So tell you what, go up to your rectangular marquee tool. Pick some of the bricks down here. Let's maybe pick up this line starting right about there. Let's come down, get a generous piece. About like that. Okay? Now go up to the word Edit on the pull-down menu and go down to Define Pattern. Bricks sounds good to me. Click OK. Now, blank layer selected. Oh, notice something. Even though I was in the blank layer, the pattern was still selected from this down here. It will drill down through transparent layers to find something. If we go back over to our tool now, we will have that option right up here. So let's get back over into our image. Let's start right about there maybe, and just start changing and putting that pattern on the bricks. Easy peasy, just like that. So if you need a little bit more brick, you could try that. Now we could do another pattern for over here to get rid of that piece too, but I think you get the idea. The power of this tool, to me, is not in the patterns that we've got already that are provided by Photoshop. They can work, but it's in making patterns out of things and then doing a repeat process. Now you might say, well, couldn't I have cloned that? But clones run out eventually of information. This doesn't. It just keeps repeating itself. Now let's go to grass right here and playground. That playground needs some help, I want to tell you. So we're going to go to grass, do the same thing. Pick up our rectangular tool right here. We will need to make that brush smaller in a minute. And let's pick up a nice piece of grass right here. How about like that? Edit, define pattern. Grass comes to mind. Click OK. Let's go back to playground. So this time we're using a pattern from another image. Now our brush is way too big. Let's go ahead and get in here and use our left bracket to make it smaller. Create a new layer for sure. Got to have that new layer. Now let's come up here and change the pattern because we're still on the bricks and change to grass. Let's come over here and very selectively, after I select the layer, that might help, and just start painting in the grass. What are we doing? Well, we're improving. I want to tell you, we are totally improving what we see down here. I might use even a smaller brush for a bit. And let's get over here. I don't even want that ball. I'm going to get rid of that. And as you get to the edges, of course, be careful, but knowing full well, if you go too far, all you have to do is go into that layer and delete the stuff that you don't want. Let's get in there and see if we can get that out. Quite a difference using a pattern. Now again, cloning would work, but you'd probably have to do a lot more with it, but this is a repeating pattern, so it actually works pretty good. Okay, now we could do a little bit more over here, I suppose. Always more work to be done. And if we turn it off now, let me get this one more spot. you can kind of see the before and the after. Quite a difference. So the clone tool clones information. The pattern stamp tool creates a pattern and repeats the pattern. It just really kind of depends on what you're trying to do.